Hey guys, it's Matt Light, Pittsburgh Magazine's 2014 and 2015 winner, Best Comedian, and Cancer Survivor. Come check me out Friday, April 8th for a night of stories, laughter, Barjitsu beer pong, and prizes that will be sure to make this a night to remember. I'll be performing with some of the best comedians in the Steel City. Portions of the proceeds benefit the Testicular Cancer Awareness Foundation. Special thank you to our event partners, Effin' Vodka, Ultra Premium Vodka, Pittsburgh Improv, Pittsburgh's premier comedy club, Sorgatron Media, podcast, video production, and creative media, Pittsburgh Podcast Network for Pittsburgh by Pittsburgh, River's Edge Radio Network, Pittsburgh's voice for local music. Comedians for Cancer, Friday, April 8th at Dave & Buster's in the Waterfront, the only place to eat, drink, play, watch sports, and laugh all under one roof. Get those tickets, folks. Go to barjitsu.com or showclicks.com and search Comedians for Cancer.
Welcome to another River Talk Extra and Happy Easter. We're one day after Easter here on the River's Edge Radio Network. That's right, we never stop working here, and I'm happy to have, right across the table from me, Talion, we have Dylan and Nick with me here as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and welcome to the River's Edge.
Thank you, we're happy to be here.
So yeah, I'm excited. You guys are going to be performing at Heavy Metal Monessen. We're doing a series of interviews leading all the way up to the event. Lots of phenomenal acts that are going to be there. Tell us a little bit about Talion.
Do you want me to do this?
Go for
Go
it.
for it.
Well, we're a metal band.
Are you?
Yeah.
At Heavy Metal Monessen?
Yeah. Heavy Metal Monessen. We did play country pop, but we decided to metal it up for this one
For
show.
this event? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, yeah, but we're a metal band. We formed like 5 years ago, and now we're becoming way more active. We became more active over the years, and now this is like our third Heavy Metal Monessen. We played all three.
So you've been one of the two mainstays, one of the original bands, which is pretty sweet.
Us and the Claymore, I think.
Yes,
right?
yeah. So we just had them on last week. So, but yeah, no, I'm excited. Yeah, you guys are a great group. I've been fortunate enough to see you all three times. I've been at all
awesome.
three festivals.
Cool.
So yeah, we were involved a little bit last year, but yeah, it's really an awesome event, and it's really interesting. I always thought it's kind of a unique setting for a metal festival, which I think is pretty sweet.
We like it, though. It works perfectly.
It does, yeah. So tell us a little bit about the band. Where did you guys? What have you done? How would you describe yourselves?
We're in all seriousness, we like to consider ourselves, traditional heavy metal, touches of thrash metal, kind of touching upon the glory days of the '80s, but a lot of modern influence as well, especially as our writing continues and just stuff like that generally.
So what all have you guys done? What events have you? Obviously, you've been involved with Heavy Metal Monessen. What's maybe like the most interesting show you've been to, or what's the most memorable?
Most interesting. We played a wedding last week.
Really?
That was interesting.
What kind of wedding was this? Like
a
McKeithport wedding.
Yeah.
the actual wedding or the reception?
It was a reception.
Oh, the reception. Okay.
Yeah, like the guy got married and his wife loves heavy metal, so we got to play a wedding. It's just something I never thought I would ever get to do.
Yeah, they got married in California. He met his wife in California, and then they journeyed back here for a reception for his friends and family.
That's awesome.
It
Now,
was fun.
do you think any other metal band is able to say that we've played at a wedding like many others?
Not a whole lot.
No, but I really hope that more get a chance to, because it was like some of the most fun I've ever had playing a show. It was crazy fun.
Yeah, I imagine that would be crazy. Everyone's probably drunk.
Oh,
yeah. Is that something like you can like advertise now? Do you plan on like paying for that? Like, hey, book us for your wedding.
Man, we'll play at weddings for free.
Yeah, they told us that they were paying us in free beer, and I was okay with that.
Not that we had any.
No, I
No,
don't
you didn't even take advantage. You don't touch
I
it.
don't touch the stuff. No.
Oh no. See, Millville, I'm kind of becoming a lush here in Millville because we have two breweries that I can walk to. So You would be amazed how many people take their kids to the brewery. Like, it's bizarre. Like,
Gotta start them young.
Kid beer.
I know, right? Yeah, I know. It's awful. Like, you're sitting at the bar and, like, there's, like, a toddler next to you, and you're like, what the fuck is this? There's a kid at
we
the
can.
brewery.
Okay.
Yeah, you can swear. It's right.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
we're
a
non-FCC. Yeah, we can say whatever we want. So, yeah, but you're just like, you're a kid at the brewery. What the hell? So,
Kids love craft beer. What can I say?
yeah, what can I say?
Dylan had his first when he was like 5.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
loved Flying Dog ever since I was 5.
There you go. Now, last year, Heavy Metal Monessen, there was an actual group of people moshing in front of the stage. Did you ever think you'd see people moshing at the community park?
I don't think there was a whole lot the first year, but then the second year,
there
I
was
think
some,
we
yeah.
started to get people going. and that
Yeah,
was good.
yeah. That was sweet. Actually, there's a video we have at the River's Edge Facebook page, if you look up there, of people moshing at Heavy Metal Monessen. So it was pretty sweet. So what all other events do you guys have coming up
We're
for you guys?
Tuesday the 29th of March. We are opening for Metal Church at the Altar Bar, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
And I don't think we have much booked after that. We're trying to book. We have something we've been working on. Sorry.
It's all good.
Something we've been working on. We're trying to get to release soon, so we're trying to book some shows for that. But we're having some trouble with that because we had actually had it booked for this coming weekend, but the venue closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's an ever looming problem in Pittsburgh. Too many DIY venues in that scene are closing, and that's rough.
Yeah, it's difficult as far as that goes. You're right, because there's not a lot out there. I know of Roboto.
Yeah,
what
that's
else
like
is
one
there?
of the only. I mean, there's this really cool place that we had it booked at. It's called the Night Gallery. We had played there once
It's
before.
one of my favorite venues.
Awesome place run by these two amazing. I think they were a couple. This amazing couple ran it out of the bottom floor of their house.
Wow,
It was awesome.
Really? Oh,
It was
that's cool.
it was an art gallery / music venue, and they loved punk and heavy metal, and it just worked perfectly.
Yeah, no, that's sweet.
But-
Yeah, I would like to do something like that with the Millville Studios. Have
Yeah,
this
that's
kind of
cool.
like
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
And actually, I was just talking with Mark Panza, who's the manager of the building. He's actually talking about taking out one of those partitions and turning that area into a stage. He was here for a 1-year party. He really liked the concept. So I think
That'd be cool.
it would be
That'd
a
be
cool venue,
amazing,
I think.
yeah.
So how did you guys get started? How did the band form?
Actually, me and the drummer Billy, in 10th grade, we had to do a 10th grade science project, which was awful, and I don't like science, but so we decided to do it on sound, and we ended up just playing guitar instead of actually like doing our science project, and the band kind of formed from there, and Billy went from guitar to drums, and we've like moved members around numerous times, and Dylan joined I think like a little over a year ago. So yeah, it started from a science project, and it's kind of when I think back on it, I always wanted to be in a band since I was like 9, so it's kind of awesome seeing what just came from like playing guitar with a friend is turned into like a few people at least know who we are and know our songs and stuff. It's cool, it's been a fun time being in the band.
2 years, I think. 2 years now.
Is it 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, man. 2 years. I have to take that back.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what are the plans for the band's future? What do you guys where are you looking to move Talion in the future?
I'd love to do it for my career, like
Sure, yeah.
it's just so hard. It's such a big risk to just quit everything and pursue
I know,
music.
yeah.
So it's like kind of hard right now because we all have jobs and stuff. You got to work around that. But with our newest music we've recorded and the music that we're writing that no one's heard yet, it's just progressively getting tighter and better and just more mature as a band. So I'm hoping that someone out there who like matters will hear us and just help us get to the next level.
Yeah, I know. I understand completely. I work 6 days a week overnight at my job, so I'm usually the time I get off at 7:30 in the morning. Then I come into studio.
Dude, I feel you.
Yeah, you work overnight. Okay, yeah. So I work overnight, then I come into the studio, put everything on demand, then I got to be up in the evening to either go to shows or record something or do someone else's show because I also produce a lot of the shows on the network, and it's exhausting. It really.
Yeah,
it is. You just got to keep plugging away. Yeah. So and then I work 6 days a week, so it's like I get the 1 day to recover. And
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to have any time for yourself.
Yeah, no, it is. But I mean, if it's something you're passionate about, though, you
Exactly.
gotta.
You look way
make the
past
time.
that. Doesn't
Yeah.
even matter.
So no, yeah, I'm excited. What do you guys have in store for this year at Heavy Metal Monessen? Do you have anything special in store for the event?
Thrash metal.
Thrash metal.
Yeah, we're gonna play loud, heavy, raunchy thrash metal.
maybe not raunchy.
Yeah, not
so
raunchy.
much.
Not raunchy.
Yeah, no, but we're just gonna bring the same thing we always bring, just high energy, just have fun. You know, just want people to have fun while we play, and just we're having fun, so we think the crowd should be having fun too. Or I think that.
Yeah, if you guys aren't having fun, it's tough for us to have fun. We'll still have fun regardless, but it's just a little
Sure,
harder.
yeah. Now, how did you guys get involved in music? Is that something you've always been passionate about, each of you, or is it what exposed you, or what kind of brought you to want to start to join a group or to start a group and go in that direction?
You go ahead, Dylan.
I started playing. I started out. A lot of bass players will say they started out on guitar or some other instrument or whatever.
Yeah.
I started playing bass when I was 11 or 12 years old, following the death of my uncle, actually, and I had some sort of outlet, and one thing led to another, and I just obviously the more you play, the better you get. So I got a little better, and played around with bands here and there, and eventually I found what I'd like to think is a permanent spot with Talion. So.
Yeah. How do you make that next step to make this your career? Because like you said, you have to still pay the bills. You can't just quit your job, and I experienced that with this network. My job pays for half the shit in this place.
Yeah.
So the doors would be closed if I didn't work. So it's kind of that struggle. How do you position yourself to take that next step where you can turn this into a career as well as something you do because you love it?
Hard work.
Yeah,
lots and lots, just nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta and I'm gonna be honest, we're pretty slacking on it, but you just gotta pound social media. Like, it's the biggest thing nowadays. Like, back in the day, you could make a cassette, and some Metallica got big, just trade the cassette with people. Next thing you know, some guy calls you up and says, hey, let's make a record. But nowadays, it's all social media. You gotta just get your stuff out there and promote
But in a
it.
way that almost takes some of the luck factor out of it, whereas Metallica had to get their stuff into the right hands. Here, you have the opportunity to push your stuff out there, and it's not a game of chance as much as it is you can kind of take your own future into your own hands. But on the downside of that, it's also diluted now, where you're one out of
I was just gonna say it's a total double-edged sword, because in all reality, we have it a lot better than a lot of metal bands back in the 70s, late 70s, 80s, because of social media.
Sure,
but at the same time, how many more fucking bands are there? There's that people in the eyes of consumers would say that we sound just like them or whatever. We don't think so, but
no, I agree, you don't. And the thing is that's almost I think somebody who would say that it's either an uninterested ear or an uneducated ear.
Exactly,
because
uneducated.
Because honestly, I go to. You can look up on the ceiling here. We have bands from all over. All of these bands are bands that we play on our network, and there's not a single band that sounds the same. You know what I mean? They all have their own spin, their own story, their own creative voice. And you're right. It's people who just don't care, I think, are the ones who say something like that. They're not interested in appreciating your music to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you got to really, even to those people, then, you really got to push forward and try to make yourself stand out from this big pool of metal bands that want to get exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Or where we want to be, rather.
And do you think going back to Heavy Metal Monessen, do you think the double stage thing will be an added feature?
I'm excited as hell about that. That is so freaking cool.
Yeah, we saw the lineup and everything and how everything's going to work, and it just looks awesome. We got to shout out once more to Zach Fell, who's awesome at setting the shit up.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that he only books like a show a semester, and I understand with school and stuff, but is the 3 shows we've played with him are the most well organized, well put together shows. It's so refreshing, because we've played shows with promoters where I've been like, hey man, do you know when we're playing? And he goes, talk to the other bands and figure out. I'm like, if you're the promoter, shouldn't you know when I'm going on? And then like bands will, like the headlining band drops and like we don't get told and stuff like that,
Or shows that we've had to sell tickets to that have been advertised up until the date that were all ages, and then we're told the day of that it's a 21 and up show, and they're like, well, how does that affect your ticket sales?
All of them.
Fucking all of them.
Yeah.
And sorry, that's it's. Past the part where it affects us, it just looks bad on them, unprofessional in our eyes.
Well, I was at one event where, it was supposed to start at 5, and they didn't even open the doors until 5. Like, you're literally waiting outside, and the bands are bringing in equipment.
Yeah, exactly. It's sitting outside with, thousands of dollars worth of gear, it's shitty.
Yeah, it happens, man. Especially like when you're first starting out and you're opening shows, it's just awful when you go up to play and there's like 5 people standing there, and you finish the song, it's just dead silence, and you're like, oh,
All
boy,
right,
this is fun.
Yeah.
You're still trying to stay pumped and everything.
Yeah,
Wow.
but you just got to put out the best show you can every night, because you never know who someone
Sure,
of those 5
yeah.
people,
Yeah, definitely.
I actually, Lee from Claymore is the one that kind of drove that to my head, because he actually filled in for us on bass once because Dylan was in, I don't know,
I think I was in Delaware.
Kentucky.
I was on vacation. Not Kentucky, no.
Idaho,
Yeah.
Virgin Islands.
Yeah, you never know.
Saskatchewan. And Lee played bass with us, and I was like, yeah, we're just playing this like small little thing. It's not a big deal. And he's like, yeah, you should take every show seriously. And I thought about it. He was completely right. You never know who's going to be
Oh,
watching
yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I do a lot of, obviously, I'm always interviewing different bands on this network. And the one band that I interviewed last week called Cats in Congress, I went to their CD release party yesterday, and somebody actually came up to me. They saw I was wearing my River's Edge shirt, and they came up to me and asked me about it. Here, they recorded the music for Cats in Congress. They also knew a gentleman from the Dovewires, Oliver Dugas, who their band records with him as well. Well, this guy recorded for Rusted Root and has a vote at the Grammys. So now he's
Wow.
heard of our station, and he came up and approached me. And so you're right, I just did these little interviews, and it's the same thing that you're talking about. You have no idea who's listening.
Yeah.
And you're right, you always got to be trying to do the best that you can. So and it can be tough because, like you said, working jobs and everything else, trying to juggle everything. So
Was it Aaron? Is the guy's name Aaron?
let me look it up.
I know one of the techs for Rusted Root. I don't know if
Oh,
it's
okay.
the same guy.
No, I don't think that was his name, but I'll
Okay.
I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really interesting experience. It was just like out of the blue, he comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, yeah, I interviewed my friend Ollie," and I'm like, "Oh, great." So, but yeah, very cool. So looking forward to it. It's gonna be April the 23rd, a Saturday. It starts at 1 p.m. Heavy Metal Monessen 3.
Be there at 1.
And yes, be there at 1.
Please
It'll
show
be
up and watch all the bands, because
It's going to be awesome, yeah. And it lasts till, I think, like 8 p.m. right now.
Yeah.
It may expand because it keeps growing, so.
It's always a fun time, though, because, I mean, every single, like I said, every single time that we've played it, it was so much fun every time.
First one had some problems, but it was still fun. Not like with the show. I mean, Dylan had problems before the show getting to the show.
Yes.
I totaled my car.
Into my car.
Oh.
It was a fun time, but
fun.
we got there.
Well, check them out. That's going to be, again, April 23rd, 1 p.m., Heavy Metal Monessen 3, and look at the map. There is a map that shows you where to go because it is confusing. So,
We've had our troubles. We're veterans now, though. We know where to go.
Absolutely.
We had our troubles.
It's Dylan and Nick. I'm Brian here on the River Talk Extra, the day after Easter. So, all right, thank you guys.
Hi, I'm Zaheen Hussein, Millvale Sustainability Coordinator, inviting you to grow your garden at Millvale May Days. Visit our town, catch the great deals at local businesses, win prizes, and collect all kinds of seed to grow your garden for free. Mark your calendar for May 6th and 7th here in Millvale. Follow the Business Association of Millvale on Facebook and Twitter at BAM15209 for more details.